Right or wrong, won't you remember? Right or wrong, I'm still in love with you.
Howdy friends, I'm Wayne Michaels from Lone Star Country Radio and your host of the 5-Minute Music Series on Facebook. Each week we bring you interviews with local, regional, and national country music artists. But this week we're going to bring you something special. Tonight's episode is the story of a 96-year-old Hall of Fame fiddle player and a veteran of World War II, Buck Sloan. Buck and his wife Shirley and a lot of their friends operate the Buckshot Jamboree in Houston, Texas. But that's not the important part of tonight's story. Now don't worry, we'll get to some great country music in just a moment, but first let's meet Buck Sloan. Buck was drafted at age 18 and sent to Europe during World War II. Well, let's just let Buck tell the story.
They got me, I was drafted. As soon as I come 18 years old, they got me in the Army. And I went to North Carolina, and they said, what do you do? I said, I farm and I drive a truck. So that's what they put me doing, driving a truck. And when I got over in England, they put me driving a truck, and I was hauling stuff to the dock. At one time, the old colonel and the sergeant come here and said, waterproof that thing where to go underwater. So they bought me some carbon and waterproof and stuff and some hoses, and I fixed that truck where it would go underwater. For June the 7th or 8th, I drove that thing off in the water, and I pulled a throttle out and held on and stood up and held onto the windshield. It was one of them flat cabs, and I held on the windshield, and it made it on out of there. And I made it on up on the bank, and the next day they took my truck and gave me a VAR. And I kept that VAR all the way till I got wounded at the Battle of the Bulge. And guess what? I went back last year to the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge, the biggest battle there ever was. These people were so nice to me, the mayors, whatever they were, I didn't spend a penny over there. And a table is plumb full of stuff people have sent here. You want to go look at it while we're at? Here is, did you ever hear of General Patton? They called him Blood and Guts. But this little lady sung with me when I was over there. That's his granddaughter, General Patton's granddaughter. And I said, where do you live at? She says, I live in Paris. I said, why do you live in Paris? She says, because I want to. So, and here's another picture. This little lady, we hear from her. She done that with a fountain pen. Now all this stuff here, it was sent to me from overseas. And this is what took me out in World War II. This is a hand grenade, potato masher. You pull it and throw it. And here's some of it come out of me. Right here is a piece of metal. This is a concussion steel, and that's a piece of metal that come out of me right there. Now, I got 5 battle stars. This is me right here. Let's see, right here. Second one there. That's in Brest, France. And this is me right here when President Roosevelt died. I'm the shortest one there. President Roosevelt died, and I just got well out of the hospital, and I had to fall out, and I happened to be one of them. And we done that in a church in England, in Coventry, England. Yeah, all this stuff. Oh, here's this fella here. We saved that family, the 2nd Division. We went back to that house where he lived on the 75th anniversary. And he's going to be down. He's coming down here. I want to call you when he comes. He was 5 when we saved him. Well, here I'm going to tell you something. this little fella here. Can you get that? He was 12, 11 or 12, and every night he would be at our outfit. And Sergeant Ritchie said, we're not going to run him off. We found out his mother and daddy had been, one of them was captured and the other was killed. So we kept little Joe with us. Well, the war was over. The war was over. What were we going to do with little Joe? And Sergeant Ritchie says, I know. He went and got a duffel bag, and we put little Joe in that bag, and I cut a hole in it, and I went up behind the gangplank with little Joe in it. And all right, well, so they got there, and they was going to take him off with a helicopter, and they said nope. We said the whole bunch said nope. He's going to America. They put him off at Ellis Island, and Sergeant Ritchie adopted him and made a school teacher out of him, and I lost him last year. Well, 2 years ago now. Shirley? This jamboree. She's the one that runs this jamboree. That's without her I couldn't. I just try to play music. And this is my colonel, and I was his favorite soldier, I guess, because I got court-martial. Honey, I could talk all night on this thing. Oh, that's me right now. They want me to get up and pick now, so enjoy talking to y'all. Bye-bye.
What a story. A veteran of World War II, a Hall of Fame fiddle player, and a true Texas gentleman. With a sample of the music performed at the Buckshot Jamboree each week in Houston, here's Buck Sloan on fiddle, Buck Evans on bass, Todd Gross on guitar, Caleb Jordan on the drums, Emmett Sapp on lead guitar, and Buddy Morgan on vocals.
Take these treasured dreams I have for you and me, and take all the love I thought was mine. My troubled mind knows certain to another you'll be with, and that's why I'm lonely all the time. One more time. And that's why I'm lonely all the time. Now I've got heartaches by the number, troubled by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end.
I hope you've enjoyed this inspiring story of courage and dedication to his country. Thank you, Buck Sloan. We appreciate your service. And be sure to join us next Saturday night for the 5-minute music series right here on Facebook. And be sure to like the YouTube page for Lone Star Country Radio. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, y'all come and see us. We need you.